Good afternoon, Awoken, and welcome back for another episode of Awoken with Aulden. Today is Saturday, doing a Saturday stream for you guys. Welcome back. We're going to be here walking around DC. IndyCar has taken over the National Mall and a lot of the downtown streets in our nation's capital. So we're doing a lot of detours. Lots of different areas that we haven't really been to all that much on the stream before, at least. Got I think this is Penn Quarter right here. Yeah, Penn Quarter Station. Very cool little bar, little restaurant as well there. But got some, other than the IndyCar breaking news, we do have some, let's get the chat filter unset. Great. We have a couple of key updates for you guys about the war in Iran and the South Carolina Senate race. These are two stories we've really been plugged into the past. We've been talking about the war in Iran since January, basically since we launched the channel. So we've been talking about the war in Iran for 10 months now. And the South Carolina Senate race, that's some newer information. But look, yeah, I got some selling merchandise. Lots of people are going to be out here selling merchandise today. So the quick little major update on or about the war in Iran is that Iranian President Mohammad Pezeshkian has declared victory for the Islamic Republic, saying that Iran's ability to control shipping and trade partnerships within the Strait of Hormuz justifies and certifies their electoral victory. Oh shit, we're at another dead end. We've been at about 15 dead ends so far today, just trying to get around this racetrack, trying to get around the city. Once again, we're at a dead end. We got to keep going. But yeah, the major update about Iran is that Mohammad Pezeshkian and the Speaker of Iranian Parliament, their lower government, even though it is an elected body within Iran, the supreme leader is always, even the president of Iran is not directly selected by the supreme leader, but the supreme leader allows candidates to run. The supreme only candidates are only allowed to run if they're pre-approved by the supreme leader. So Mohammad Pezeshkian, he's been the president ever since Rossi died in that helicopter crash, or who really knows? But in that helicopter accident a couple years ago, and he's been one of the highest figures of the regime that has not been removed from the board at this time. So it's pretty big from Pezeshkian making that statement. We know he is alive. We have not seen a public appearance from Ali Khamenei's son, who is now the new supreme leader. We have not seen a public appearance from him. Yeah, we are here walking around downtown DC. We're trying to get a better view of the IndyCar race that's going on right now. But we keep running into dead end after dead end. And it's pretty difficult for us to get some different angles. Yeah, everything is shut down in the city today, it feels like. Hazen says this. What's going on, Hazen? Thanks for joining the stream. And Aaron Murphy, 670, says you're not shaking the camera enough. Whoop. Huh. Yeah, kind of walking around. I can't really keep it super still at all times. So yesterday, the president attended a rally or hosted a rally for South Carolina Senator and candidate hopeful Darline Graham, the sister of late Senator Lindsey Graham, who passed away in July. Now that Senate seat, the primary runoff for the nomination between her and Ralph Norman, that election is Tuesday, just a couple days from now. President hosted a rally yesterday, throwing his full support behind Graham, and had a pretty noteworthy quote of, just pretend you're voting for me on the ballot, just do it one more time, in attempts to really pimp up the public support for Graham and win that seat. That's who the president's behind, even though most would argue that Norman is by far the more right-wing, the more conservative candidate in the race. Norman, House Freedom Caucus, he is arguably one of probably the top 5 most America First members of Congress in the Republican conference. And he would definitely be the more right-wing senator than her. We still really don't know much about Darline Graham, to be honest with you. We've seen, I think people are starting to learn who she is for the wrong reasons, because whether it's failure to effectively discuss the issues during debates or answer questions from audience members, people are figuring out who she is. And I think this has opened up a potentially honest chance for Norman to win. No, I thought when it was just the beginning of the runoff, I thought Norman had probably between a 5 and 15% chance to win, but now I'd say he's probably got it to a coin flip, I'd say, honestly. Let's look at where some of the other candidates and other figures in South Carolina politics have landed on this race as well. Darline has the president and other top officials like him. She also has Russell Fry, the congressman from the eastern part of the state, and near Myrtle Beach, which is where that rally was yesterday. That was a strategically placed rally in South Carolina yesterday to try and get out those Fry voters, because what Darline has, she got about 32% in the first round when there were 10 candidates and 5 real candidates, 5 candidates that qualified for the debate stage that had some public attention. Most of those people had been like a former governor or a former member of Congress at some point, so they all had some kind of name ID. And it's not Alan Wilson's the governor nominee. So Mark Sanford has since endorsed Ralph Norman, and Mark Lynch as well. Mark Lynch endorsed Norman. And so Norman's got those 2 candidates, and Graham picked up Fry. So out of the so those are how the other 3 candidates in that top 5, where they split up and where they endorsed. Norman also has support from Nikki Haley as well. And Darline Graham has picked up an endorsement from Tim Scott, the senior senator from the state and the chair of the NRSC this cycle, the National Republican Senate Committee. That committee is dedicated to retaining the majority and electing Republicans across the country for the Senate. So that's his position. He wants to go for the incumbent. Let's see what we got here. Ash says, kind of hard to declare victory when you lost your ass in this war, Iran. And then Spartacus Freedom is, hey, another Spartacus on the channel. Says the earth is flat. Got a flat earther here. All right. What's going on, Spartacus? Thanks for joining the stream on this Saturday. We're going to try to get up to the IndyCar, show you guys some of the race cars and whatnot up there. Putt King. Hey, what's going on, Putt King? Great to see you, brother. Yeah, we're trying to get us a good view of the IndyCar, but all of these roads are shut down, and it's, not going to lie, it's kind of hot right now. It's pretty hot out, so. Just a White Boy 592. Big fan of bacon, says bacon is life. Did you have some bacon for breakfast this morning, I hope, then, at least? Gosh, I can't remember the last time I've had bacon. It's been too long. Okay, let's see. The question from Addo's son, let's just say that. The question is, would you rather bring any of your ancestors to present or let your future generations take you to the future?
See, that was the plan, and they called me last minute for like,
that's a good one. Oh, gosh, that's a tough one. Oh, no, I'd say past ancestors into right now. I'd bring ancestors to the present. Because I'd want them to, I'd want them to see how, like, their bloodline is doing, up to this point. Additionally, let them see what's happened in the, past 50 years or 100 years or whatever. So I think that would be really, I'd go with that one. Great question, though. Made me think about it for a little bit. What would you do? Yeah, go and see if we can get us in this area over here. Everything is ticketed, though, so. I think it's all ticketed, at least. All right, yeah, we got the chat filter all going. There shouldn't be any filter. Man, we're going to try to see if we can get some cold water, though. Yes, it's an awfully hot day out here. Can't lie about that at all. So. Nice. And we're going to chill. Yeah, we're going to sit down for a couple minutes. Says, I do the same. I've always asked a couple people, and everyone says, let to future kids president sell the wicked. But right, yeah, and the future, that's what I guess kind of makes it exciting. And the reason to wake up every day, right, is to keep fighting for the future and what you believe in. And, if you fight hard enough and do the right things, you're the future you dream of can be the reality of tomorrow. So that's why we're starting the channel and grinding all the time. And like, I think thing is the future. What if, how many years in the future then? Because let's say in 300 years, the country doesn't exist, or not even the country, but maybe the world doesn't exist. Maybe there's some colossal asteroid that hits the earth and, civilization totally just dies out. Then they wouldn't be seeing anything. But at least if you can take the past into right now, they can see what's happening today. So at least that's a guarantee there. Savage Glizzy says the future, and Boogeyman 136 says we make the future what we want it to be. That's right. Yeah, you got to fight for it. You got to grind. So 2029, April 13th, it's a Friday. Ooh. Friday the 13th. Is that your birthday? Or, yeah, is April 13th your birthday? Here we go. Got some water in us. And it's a pretty hot day out here. Yeah, we needed to cool off for a couple minutes. We're just not going to make it all day. But just a little bit about the channel, real quick, while you guys are here. Been doing this channel for about 10 months now. Typically, we'll live stream on Capitol Hill. We'll talk politics. And we will also... we also interview with senators and members of Congress as well, usually. But right now it's August recess and there's not as much going on. It's a lot of... we did a live stream this week outside of McConnell's home. We tried talking to Terry Stacks, the chief of staff for Senator McConnell. He ignored our questions. We also did a Iran war update earlier this week. The president claimed that the United States has control of the Strait of Hormuz, which is it seems like it's just shut down. Ships are not moving through the waterway at all, hardly. Usually less than 5 per weekend or per day. And Savage says, the April 13th, 2029 is an asteroid impact on the coast of California. Yikes. Putt King encourages me to stay hydrated. Hey, man, we're going to stay hydrated. We're going to do all we can out here. AZ, dude, what's going on, man? What's going on, JP? Greetings to you as well, sir. Thank you both for joining the stream. Yeah, we're just doing some fun Saturday streaming out here, taking a little bit of a break real quick. But we're going to get back on our feet. Yeah, we're going to keep moving around. Yeah, we just needed a quick little hydration break. There we go. Okay. And we got the warm water in our pocket that we can keep in our pocket. Just wanted to drink the cold one, though. Alrighty, so let's get back to it. So yeah, once again, hello to Z and JP. Thank you both for hanging out with us for a little bit. Great to see you both. And Sun says, do you think gravity bends our thoughts? Haha. No, I think we're all a little goofy though. I just think that bends our thoughts more than anything. Yeah, gravity isn't real. Let's throw the Versace's back on. Yeah, we're going to try and get a better viewing spot of the for the IndyCar race. And today is not the event. Tomorrow is the event, but tomorrow's like an actual, like it counts technically. It's like a real event for the IndyCar series. It's the first time it's ever been on the National Mall here in Washington, D.C. And originally this race was not even on the IndyCar schedule. Back in January, the president signed an executive order, creating the event essentially. Yeah. So very exciting stuff. As it's a part of the 250th birthday celebration for the country. The track's about 1.7 miles long, and they're doing, I think, 147 laps tomorrow, which is right around 250 miles. So this is like a legit, points are going to be awarded, and the president is supposed to be in attendance tomorrow. He's supposed to wave I think the green flag. I think he's supposed to start the race off. Let's see what we got. Let's cut this way. Maybe we can see something. All right, this might be the end of the track. Or I don't know. There's really just not that much security down here. So yeah, we were talking about this. Oh, actually, forgot to mention this. If you're new to the stream, make sure to leave the video a like, hit that subscribe button as well if you're enjoying the commentary, if you're enjoying the atmosphere. We go live in DC all the time. Typically, we're on Capitol Hill and we're talking to senators and representatives from both parties. We are fair when we are talking to members of Congress, because we do value transparency and we want accountability for the government. We do believe in that. So we encourage you to subscribe and to become awoken as well. Use a stick. Yeah, I just hold it. I just kind of hold it in my hand. I've thought about like a selfie stick kind of thing, but I know a lot of people at work or at their job or whatever, they'll have like my live streams on one of their tabs, and it's more of a radio show for them. I can understand people watching on their phone or that aren't just like doing other stuff and kind of have me on as background. So now we'll get a selfie stick here soon. Yeah, the super chats are starting to pile up, so we're going to be able to make a couple of equipment upgrades here in the near future. So excited to announce that. We are doing some travel next week, boys. We won't be in DC. We're going to be across the country going to different places. So we'll be doing some August travel. Savage says, I've never seen DC in person, so I love the news. Yeah, man, you got to get out here in DC at some point. It really is. I kind of, before I moved out here, I kind of had a maybe predetermined view of the city. I thought it was just kind of trashy and Just kind of like what the media would say, just so much crime. And there is crime, don't get me wrong, but it's better than it was a decade ago, at least. But yeah, we're usually low on Capitol Hill, Savage. Oh, additionally, if you're on Discord and want to join our Discord, where they're hanging out, sending memes, sending breaking news, stuff that all of us need to be awoken to and be aware of. So feel free to join our Discord. You can find the link to that in our channel description. If Z is still on the stream, he might be able to put the link. Might be able to put the link in the chat as well. Let's get up here. Sun, it says, you heard of new robots marathon and many more activities. I saw a video this week of a robot on a track doing track and field events. And the robot was running so fast, it ran through the finish, hit the padding, the warning padding, and then fell backwards, and it had broken half at the spine. So I did see that robot. I saw a robot sprint, not a robot marathon, but I'm sure they're going to be able to get those to be controlled for further distances in the future, if not already. Yeah, it feels like that stuff is really just a matter of the next year or 2 or 3 years or something, that the AI and the robotics are just going to explode in usage and accessibility, even potentially. David Thompson says, if everyone lies, how do we know the truth? Well, if everyone lies, then no one can be telling the truth. Little riddle. Z says, know anything about the Crypto Clarity Act? Streets are saying it will pass September 15th. When I worked in Congress, there was a bill called the Clarity Act. I'm not sure if it's the same one. I'll have to look at it. I haven't seen that bill before. Or maybe I have, but not a little bit. But yeah, I think the Senate, both houses, or both chambers return simultaneously. I think like that week of September 15th is so the House will have a week, not this week, but next week. They'll be in session for like the week before 9/11, then the week of 9/11, they're back on recess for another week. And then the Senate is still on recess another 3 weeks. And then they return that middle week of September. Fred's Lady says, hello, Fred's Lady. Thanks for joining the stream. Great to see you. I think it's the same one. It's been kicked around for a while. If I recall correctly, market has been reacting to the news lately, or heavily. Then it might be the same one. Yeah. They got some old person concert down there. Got a lot of people on the mall trying to get a spot for the race, but it looks like there's just a lot of other events going on the mall. Savage says if Japan continues with attempting to save their currency, then the dollar will certainly collapse. Yeah, the dollar's already down like 25% since just 2020. It's already struggling a lot. Just think of, and that's just a couple years, how quickly that's accelerated with inflation. Hitting really hard the last couple of years. Everything is super expensive. So in Japan, they just we did an episode about Japan about 6 months ago. The when their prime minister was able to hold a snap election and was able to snag her party the majority in the Diet. Yeah, the Japanese Diet. So a pretty big. Yeah, it's more of a nationalist wave, I'd say. What she rode in on. So we'll see what she can do. Just a beautiful day out here, though. Look, gorgeous. You can see the Capitol from down there. Department, maybe we should have a Department of Truth in our government. DOT. We already got a DOT. We got a Department of Transportation. I get the idea, though. And Z adds Department of Truth. Sounds like something out of 1984. Yeah, the government already lies so much that a hypothetical Department of Truth would just be, it would be hyper focused. Yeah, the public would be so hyper focused on it, waiting for lies or mistruths to come from the department. Glizzy. They dumped billions over debt for physical gold this year alone. Yeah, I know there's been a push for people to diversify their portfolios and assets, whether that's silver or gold. I've been hearing a lot about that this year. Anytime you listen to a radio show, it feels like there's there's a whole ass commercial or company that's buying all these ad reads up. They dump billion. Yeah, the debt's still really high, and it's not going down at all. So that's still a problem. Still, we're in that's still rising all the time. Yeah, it's supposed to be, right? Yeah. That's a good one, Savage. Because yeah, ultimately, it's not an elected body, it's an appointed body. Term limits for life. It's basically a lifetime appointment until you want to move on, which is pretty rare. Thoughts on Bassett saying we will grow our way out of 40 trillion in debt? He's had a couple of bold statements the last couple of weeks, right? He had the statement about how even though Iran can, it's a big debate right now if the U.S. is blockading or the Iran is blockading, but regardless, the Strait's pretty much shut down. And he had a quote recently that said, well, we will just eventually at some point bypass through pipelines and tunnels through some of the Gulf countries. So he's had a couple of bold statements the last few weeks. And like if AI, like who knows, Bassett. Now that could be messaging for midterms, right? Midterms are 75 days, 70 days away. So midterms are really, really close. So it could be a way of trying to, give people some optimism before the midterms. That's always a possibility. Or, who knows, if AI changes everything like it's supposed to, then it actually might happen. Right. So, but Bassett seems to be one of the better smooth operators in the administration, I will say. I think, people can agree or disagree with him, but he's been very uncontroversial. He's been very smart when he does speak publicly. He hasn't really gotten in any trouble at all. Yeah, I don't think, maybe personally, I don't think Bassett might care about the midterms, but it could be messaging from Wiles and what the admin is attempting to put out for the what they just want people to start sounding like as well. And even though Treasury is, it's not really seen as a political department or a political entity, he is still a part of the admin, and they're going to want him sounding good, at least for the midterms. That's true. They are actually working on a massive project to bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Right, yeah, I've heard about that too. Now, how effective will that be? It could be at risk of Iranian projectiles and missiles, drones. So it could still be in some kind of danger. I've seen Jack May back in the public eye. Oddly enough, I didn't put much merit in artificial intelligence changing anything for the better anytime soon. Look how many people have to babysit the self-checkout line. Yeah, well, the self-checkout lines, they're just kind of stinky in the first place. For the spelling system, Z says he agrees, completely agree. Bassett is smooth. What's it? I like him. Yeah, I like Scott Bassett. He's one of my more favorite members of the cabinet in this cabinet. Yeah, I think he's a really smart guy. David Thompson says the Mormon Church has plans to save the American government from collapse. Or the AI controls the YouTube algorithm spelling system. It is illiterate. I don't have that one. The Mormon militia, you mean? Mormon militia is the largest fully prepared, fully armed, fully equipped force of people in the United States. How about Moderna having a breakthrough in cancer research empowered by AI? A question to Wrath23. I don't take much merit in Moderna either. Is owned by BlackRock. Sounds like the plot to I Am Legend, honestly. Sun says, would you rather live in a country with absolute freedom but high crime and chaos, or a country with total safety and luxury but zero personal privacy or free speech? Probably freedom, because at least if the crime is coming from citizens or non-state actors, let's say cartels, for example, at least you'd be able to have the freedom to try and protect yourself or form a community or some crime-solving entities, maybe work with the government even if possible. But yeah, I would do, I'd do that option. Hello, okay, at this point, being anti-AI is basically being pro-cancer. Whoa. Glizzy says maybe that's why Egypt was visiting them while Charlie Kirk was shot. God rest his soul. Was Egypt was visiting with Moderna? Oh, the Mormons. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I was about to say, yeah, the Mormon stuff was a couple messages ago. I got a little confused there. I know. I'm like, damn, yeah. So, Glizzy, I'd never really got a chance to watch the Candace Owens or Andrew Wilson debate. What did you think about that? Yeah, fill me in on some of those if you were able to catch it. It's like noise cancellation technology. It's called a sonic sitz bath technology. Could the microphone on his lapel be the real shooter? The Andrew Tate Bonnie Blue debate was very informative. It was Trash Candace's loco. See, the thing is, with the Charlie Kirk stuff, I honestly don't, I don't buy into all of that much conspiracy stuff around it. Now, it is on this show, we question the official narrative. We question the government, right? We don't want to blindly follow the official story or the official narrative just to do so. However, while there are some gaps in the official story about Robinson, right? One of the odder details, right, was when he got on the roof, constructed the gun, then after shooting, deconstructed the gun, and then reconstructed it to check in the woods. So, I think that's fair to question stuff, of course, which I encourage my followers to do so. I don't think any of the other explanations, though, would be any more right. And that's a big pile of horse shit right there. Damn. I think these guys are about to bust these people for laying on top of each other. Huh. Yeah, you have a ton of law enforcement presence out here on the mall today. Phew. Let's see some new comments. Hey, what's going on, Watchtower? How are you doing? What's going on makes sense to me. Thank you for joining the stream. Golfman says, did you just pass the DNC HQ when you said... That's a good one. That's a funny one. Are you still CIA? Yeah, I'm a deep state CIA plant, big time. I'm totally controlled by the deep state. Just playing around. I don't think we're decades away. I think we're still a couple years out, maybe, from AI, like substantially changing everything about daily human life. But I think it's going to be sooner than a decade, probably. It might be 5 years, potentially. But it's coming sooner rather than later, I think. Let's see. Savage says the debate was trash. Google is Islam owned. You can check the benchmarks. Google doesn't have frontier intelligence. CIA is for international. FBI is more for homeland. With Charlie Kirk, I think it was more the fact that Kirk had engraved into the bullets his messages, which compromised the casing and the bullet itself. It seems like just yesterday the internet didn't even exist yet. The only reports I'm seeing is AI is attempting breakout of its cage, and any type of scenario of real world importance, it decides to destroy 3/5 of mankind. I wonder if the government would have a plan for that. If if AI does it starts getting too powerful and like turns violent on the population, I wonder if the government has any emergency plans to stop that or neutralize that threat, which is obviously if it's trying to remove 60% of the population, then that would be a big problem. Yeah, once again, hey everybody, we are back here live on the National Mall. We're here hanging out, having a convo about Charlie Kirk, the IndyCar race, AI, and just Washington, D.C. in general. So would love if you guys, make sure you guys leave the video a like and hit that subscribe button as well. Fun low day, I got some new people out here on the stream today. Always nice meeting new people for the stream. So, yeah, always nice gaining new subscribers. Love doing it. Building our community. We are over 1,300 now, everybody. So excited to share that with you guys. That's our most recent channel update. Next is 1,400. The grind continues. Yeah, let's pick up. Before we started, we're at 1,304, so we're 96 away. Let's see if we can. That would be great to get at least halfway there before the end of the month. If we could get 50 or some odd new subscribers, so. Says, by the way, in the 1990s, our family friend Jim DeSuto built 23 terahertz processing computer to analyze the lights over Phoenix. Especially sensors and actual patent for Smart Dust Savage. Since the worst part is Bank of America that filed it. Yes, I am one Boston Scientific Research implant. Cool. Goldman, yes, it's actually about 7 meals from chaos, and it's called a Black Winter scenario. Sun, with another little thought-provoking question here. Would you believe in what you believe if you were the only one to believe it? Yes, I would. And I do, I think in some cases. He's like, think about it. You got to start. If you don't believe in yourself, then how are other people going to believe in you? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to start with yourself, and then from there you can expand your supporters, right? You know, the channel did start with 0 subscribers, right? Now we're at over 1,300. So we're doing something right, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to chill here on this, on a bench here. It is a very hot day. Hey, what's going on, Mud Butters? Yeah, man, pretty crazy racing, qualifying and practice day out here on the National Mall for the Indy 500. I can physically connect with laptops and computers using Bluetooth via my mind. It's like that. Let's go, man. Yeah. Oh. Gorgeous day. Pretty hot day. It rained a little bit this morning. So that's made it humid and a little somewhat unenjoyable in some point in some cases today. Spine injury research patient. What's that? Ah, cheers, brother. Huh. They should let Joe Biden drive the pace car for the first lap. Yeah, Biden, he does a lot of sunbathing on Rehoboth Beach, excuse me. Yeah, I heard about Joe Biden. I heard his the cancer is supposedly worsening. I heard that. So yeah, that it's becoming more painful for the former president to, perform activities in everyday life. So yeah, not very good for the former president there. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Wrath 23 says Joe Biden's been a career criminal for 5 decades. And he's been in politics a long time. Yeah, it's got a couple of new people on the chat today. Even though the viewership is kind of up and down a little bit today. We do have a pretty active chat still. Yeah, I got a couple people who are pretty locked in right now. Pretty fun. Yeah, the algorithm on YouTube is different, man. Yeah, it's you just get a lot of different people in here every day. When we stream, there's new people here every day. It's a lot of fun, honestly. Here, see, now it says we're down to 1 person, but that's impossible. Yeah, there's like 5 of you chatting. Here, I'm gonna quickly update the stream real quick. Yeah, there's more people in chat right now than it says on that are spectating. So that's also something to. Okay, now it's back up. There we go. But yeah, everybody, if it's your first time on the stream and on the channel, make sure to leave the video a like. Also hit that subscribe button as well. We're here in Washington, D.C., doing a little Saturday afternoon chat with you guys. We've been walking around the city trying to get a good view of the Indy 500 race here. We're just taking a break. Taking a little bit of a break, chilling out, getting to see what you guys are up to right now. Yeah, that's true, Mud. Yeah, there's just a lot of people here, so the internet's going to be a little weird today. Good point. He's got a 1938 says, enter Donald J. Trump, convicted rapist, sexual predator, Epstein's best friend for a decade and a half, 34 felonies. All right. Rick Dooley's not a big fan of POTUS. What's going on? Richard says, LOL, it's possible. Glizzy's like, it's wonky for real. Yeah, just, oh no, you guys are here. That's all I really care about. Just hanging out with you guys. Those charges are getting tossed. Do your research. It's illegal what they did with those felonies. Says at Cool Propagation. I'm not going to. Yeah, I can't vandalize the swamp. Goodness gracious. No, there's just been a lot of fun stuff to do on the mall this summer, whether it was the FIFA fan zone or the Great America State Fair back in the summer. Thank you, Savage Glizzy. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, see you next time, man. Thanks for subscribing. Oh, yeah. Thanks. See, that guy was kind of being, that guy was being a little goofy. Mud Butter says, do you know I wasn't even alive when women started accusing him? Go back to the early 80s. Right, yeah, that is something worth separating. Accusations do not remove innocence. Leave Joe Biden alone. That's elder abuse. That's just the way evil works. I know where I stand. Hey, what's going on, Jamie? Oh, Jamie, today's the day. You've been asking about this day on the stream for a couple weeks now. It is the Indy 500 day here in DC. They're taking a break. They were doing some qualifying and practice rounds around an hour ago. They're taking a break right now. The big race is tomorrow. It's 147 laps, and the track is about 1.7 miles long. And it's about everything added up. It's going to be about 250 miles exactly. This is an event added by the president earlier this year via executive order. This is an official IndyCar event, so it will count for their league, their standings, the Motorsports League. Big time drivers are here. Alex Palou. I won a little payday a couple years ago. I went to the Indy 500 in person, and I bet $20 on him and won the race, and I think I won around 250 or 260. I won a want a good little prize there. Yeah, and these are just the roads. Technically, these are just pedestrian roads that that commuters here in DC, streets that I run on when I go on runs. Cars are just going 25 miles per hour on these roads, and now these IndyCar, they're supposed to get up at 170, 180 miles an hour. So it's going to be crazy tomorrow. I'm excited to watch. I won't be here for it, doing some travel tomorrow. 186 miles an hour. Gotcha. Hey, what's going on, Spartacus? Dude, great to see you, man. Yeah, happy good afternoon to you as well. It's just a nice Saturday afternoon to relax a little bit. Yeah, we did some walking earlier. We kind of tried to get a better view of the track, but really not that many great spots for it. Made against one of the world's healthiest humans. Money doesn't prove innocence. You sound poor and bitter. Jimmy asks, is Mitch McConnell brain dead? He's probably much worse off than what they're telling, I think. Watchtower asks, who's on my shirt? This is Christopher Wallace, also known as the Notorious B.I.G. He's my favorite musical artist of all time, my favorite rapper. I love Biggie. I wear the Versace's because Biggie also wore the Versace's as well. So, yeah, his style is impeccable. I love Biggie's style. Now, he didn't wear purple, but like Biggie had his own brand of just looking fly all the time. And I like looking fly all the time too. So purple is yeah. Trust me, I feel hella confident when I'm in that purple outfit. I love Fridays. I love purple Fridays. And that suit and tie, and then the purple gym shorts for the bottom. Oh man. I could walk through a battlefield with the kind of confidence I have wearing that. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, great question though. Oh, that's cool, Mud Butters. Yeah. Cool that you'll hear it from your house. Old lady, Karen. Who's the old lady? Heard that Indy race may be the backdrop of moving Mitch simultaneously. Yeah, we tried talking to his chief of staff on Wednesday. We did a live stream outside of his house here in DC, and Terry would not talk to us. Yeah, Terry dodged and fled immediately once he left the house. So if you go look at Desiree Townsend's social media, she's another independent journalist in here. She's a little more on, I don't know what her day job is, but it seems like she has a lot more time during the week to do her reporting. And she's been very investigative about this McConnell situation. they, back in June and earlier this year, whether it was Terry or other figures of the McConnell regime, had been helping him vote on the Senate floor, because it got to the point where McConnell, he either couldn't remember or forgot how to vote on the Senate floor. So she's done great on the investigative side of the reporting. I think it's probably at a point where I don't think he's brain dead necessarily. I don't know if he can speak. I think that's why they haven't released a video. I think he's in much worse shape than what they're trying to portray us. And the thing is, that's why they're not saying anything. They've released those 2 photos, and that's it. Wrath says, yeah, I'm more of a jeans and t-shirt and muscular build dude. There we go, man. Everyone's got their own style. Yeah, you got rock. Yeah, you got to love yourself and rock what you look good in and what you feel comfortable in, man. You got to do it. I love how when AOC had a gaffe on Philippines, Trump was all over it, but dismissed the significance when Darline Graham did the exact same thing. Oh, you mean on Taiwan? Yeah, on Taiwan. Yeah, like that. I think that gaffe and other missteps in the media from Graham has opened up a window for Norman to win. I think Norman has a legitimate shot now, a much better shot than he did this time last week before the debate. I'd say last week it was anywhere between 5 and 15% chance. Now I'd say he's probably just slightly under 50. It's probably at around 45% chance now. So, no, I hope Norman wins. I really do. Is Tulsi Gabbard done politically? Well, I saw something from her media page this week that the husband has recovered. The husband is in much better health, or I shouldn't say recovered. I can't remember if it's recovered, but he's doing much better since she resigned back in, I think, either late May or June of this year. Pretty much all of politics has become WWE for the most part. But back Gabbard, I have not really sure what she is, if she has any future plans. Her resume, what's going to be harder for her is that she's been in both parties. She was a Democrat congresswoman, and then got behind Trump and worked in the Trump admin. So that could hurt her. That could help her credibility as well. So you never know. Just Me You says, thank you so much for not being a woke lunatic. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're awoken. We're united against the Uniparty and the deep state and corruption here in Washington, D.C., which is where we are. We're here just chilling, having a Saturday afternoon chat with you guys on the mall here. IndyCar is going on just right down here. We can't get a great view of it, so until the race is back up in a little, around a half hour or so. I've talked to AOC on the show before, actually. I interviewed her. I asked her about the war in Iran. You guys should check out that clip. Okay, guys, so if you make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, please. If you're enjoying the chat, you know, we talk about politics. We'll talk about AI, elections, people. Thought I just refreshed it. Well, the fact that it still says nobody, I think you probably got to try again. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just going to take a second. There's, to Mud Butter's point, there's just a lot of people out here on the mall today. Yeah, AOC just split up from her fiance, man. Yeah, she's single. Cool says, what city are you in? I know, yeah. You guys can't make fun of my girlfriend. Yeah, that's not cool. Hey, I'm working on turning her into becoming a right winger, so. No, we are here in Washington, D.C., actually. Cool. Here, I'll get up, kind of show you guys what's, so there's the Washington Monument right there. So we're on the National Mall. You have people just out, you know, on a stroll, on a walk with, you know, families and whatever, their families and young children. But a little over here, you got the IndyCar series going on. There's all these entrances and gates, but things you think I have a ticket and I don't have a ticket. Like if there's a public area, I probably would have seen it, but you know what I mean? So I don't really want to yeah, purchase anything. When honestly, if today is just qualifying and practice, then I don't see the point in, yeah, if it's not the actual race. But to answer the question, though, we are here in Washington, D.C., though. Yeah, that would be a huge shift, Spartacus, yeah. If all of a sudden one day AOC becomes an immigration hardliner or, yeah, like, yeah, the biggest immigration hardliner or you know, she has like an AR-15 and releases like a Christmas photo like Thomas Massey's family. Yeah, dude, that would be a cute Christmas card, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she'll back off of that socialized medicine stuff. Yeah, men can dream. Gotta keep grinding every day. Yeah, we gotta do a generational lock-in. I didn't even bother to vote. Figure I'd let God take it. Yeah, we gotta get AOC in the Awoken purple, baby. Yeah, yeah. I think I am building rapport with some, you know, some members on the Hill, like Tim Burchett of Tennessee. He's a big fan of mine. He really likes me. So, yeah, I'm hoping to. So now we've done a lot of these like street interviews, right? You know, that are 2 or 3 questions long in most cases, with members. Now I think I'm building rapport with some of them. Can try and start, see if we can get a 5-minute interview or something going on. Hey guys, hang on. We have a $4.99 super chat from Bravery Bold. Thank you very much, Bravery Bold, with a little cat emoji. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate your support to the show. Everyone, please, W's in the chat. Everyone, please like that. I want to thank our fans for helping support the show. The super chats are starting to stack up, man. Yeah, we're going to get some equipment upgrades here very soon. So once again, thank you very much, Bravely Bold. Everyone, please show your thanks to this user for being an Awoken supporter out here on the National Mall. Deport 30 million, then we can have free health care. He caused a vibe shift that permanently shifted the Overton window. Unironically, one of the most important presidents of all time, regardless of how you feel about him. Oh, is he speaking to Trump? Yeah. Yeah, he did. Honestly, and the reason that I think the president's numbers are kind of lower right now is the left obviously still doesn't it's the right. It's so many people on the right that think he's not right-wing enough. So he has definitely, he's been a great bridge president in terms of a more right-wing future, I think. But yeah, I think that's why some of the because a lot of the young right-wingers are not fond of the war in Iran. They wanted more transparency with Epstein. There's a couple things that are legitimate criticisms, I think, that have damaged his numbers, or even the way he's handled some of those issues. So I think that's fair game. But yeah, he has shifted the Overton window, though. Burchett, Burchett is, he's a big fan of mine. Yeah, he loves the purples. So he might be able to get my first kind of longer form interview with a member, and it might be Burchett. Next time I see him, yeah. Oh yeah, guys. Also, about to say I can slip him a business card, but yeah, guys, look, we got man, this one kind of melted in the pocket. Let's get in a couple. Yeah, get a couple more. It's kind of hot out here. Sorry. Yeah, got business cards now, so we can hand these members our business cards after I interview one of them on the street. Really start building that rapport with these these Senate and House offices, because something cool on the show, even though that we're right wing, we will talk with the left. We are free speech absolutists, so there's a strong sector of the fan base that is left wing. And I think that's what really makes this channel super unique. It's that we talk and debate these issues, which makes it a lot more fun as well. I really enjoy it. I enjoy debating with you guys, and it's kind of fun. Yeah, once again, everybody, thanks for the super chat, Bravely Bold. Let's see what else we got going on. I want to move the business cards to another pocket real quick. Yeah, one that is not as populated with stuff. What's going on? Amore 890 says, "Oh, hi, handsome Aulden." Thank you very much. Yeah, we're always looking fire in the purple. Appreciate you joining the stream. Democrat socialists is Marxism. They call each other comrades. Who says that? Communists. You are told to sell it by whatever word the suckers can get fooled by. It would be more efficient if we didn't have hospitals charging $500 for bandages and $2,500 to take an x-ray. Yet, you know, why is DSA winning in a lot of these? I think we might have lost connection. Here, give me 1 sec, everybody. I'll be right back. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of the success, electoral success from the DSA is because, like, where's the... Yeah, like, Wrath 23 saying, you know, like, why should you have to pay $2,500 to get an x-ray? That's expensive, and everybody agrees on that, and nobody wants to pay that. The thing that's right now is that the DSA is basically the DSA say, oh yeah, it's too expensive, we're just going to make it free, or you know, you're not going to have to pay it, which sounds wonderful, right? But it's got to, yeah, there's nothing really free, though, ultimately, still. But right now, they're at least saying, we'll make it free. And the Republicans, they're not saying that. And if people are desperate, they're just going to go with what sounds better. There we go. Always purple looks fantastic on you. Just a bit busy. You're good. Yeah, guys, we all get busy with our personal lives. I get it. And I appreciate you guys from time and time again. So many of you guys are here on a frequent basis. It's so cool. This fan base I'm building, it really is something, you know, that I take pride in. I put a lot of time into this channel. Try to give you guys some fun live streams and some great content and some stuff that you can't really get anywhere else. You know, I don't know many other I don't know another YouTube channel that live streams Congress on Capitol Hill and will like talk to members of Congress. You know, that's something that only we really have, right? So that helps us. And the purple is also very strong for their identity. That is also a huge supporting mechanism. Thank you. Yeah, I try to talk with everybody. I might not get to every single comment on all the time, but I try and engage with my fans and who's taking their time to hang out with me. Oh, damn. That dog almost like took a big ass bite out of that little girl. That would have been pretty bad. Personality. Huh. I think you should invest in their health sector, more in their health sector and insurance, because I was told it's damn expensive for Americans. It is, yeah. Like even people with insurance still honestly really can't afford the insurance side of it. Yeah, it's still too expensive. And God forbid something happens, it takes sometimes thousands of dollars reach the quota to where your health insurance kicks in anyway. So, like, it's still not a great system. Yeah, we're heading kind of a little closer to the monument now. The only problem is, will the people things can improve? Yeah, right. Like, some of these people are making millions and millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions every year on health care when people just can't simply afford it. All right, there we go. Sometimes have connection issues on the mall. Let's see what we got here. Who I can talk to about problems I've discovered. Send them in the chat here. Yeah, we can talk about whatever. Yeah, we'll talk about stuff that makes people uncomfortable, or yeah, we engage in everything. We're free. Here, we're going to go sit down again. Yeah, I think the moving around is causing the connection to screw up. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. The word democracy nor democratic, it's not mentioned anywhere in the Constitution. America is a constitutional republic, form of government. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution specifically says it. Right, yeah, it's like, because a lot of the government technically is, like, the bureaucracy is unelected for the most part, especially career people in the administration, and like these agencies that have been there 40 years. Now there's a sector of these departments that are politically appointed, but a good chunk of them are careers, and it's tough to remove them. Hey, everybody, if you're new to the channel and join the chat, if you guys have Discord, we would love to have you guys join our Discord. You can find the link to that in our channel description. Maybe there, but if Z is still on, he might be able to repost the link. But no, there's about 40, 50 of us in there, and it's pretty popping a good amount of the time. We're in there chatting and debating and doing whatnot. So if you guys want to join, just let me know, and I'll help guide you there. Would love to see you in there. I'll let you guys know when I'm going live, so you don't have to be waiting around guessing. I'll give you guys a 5-10 minute warning most of the time, and thanks for a lot of fun. All right, let's see what else we got. I have flies to turn over of where to check. We are a constitutional republic. When the day it's a threat to democracy, they are not talking about our government. The threat of democracy is the world agenda that the left is pursuing. Now, I say it's cooled off considerably. Maybe that's the clouds have helped out and not walking around as much now. Now you still got a good chunk of people out here on the mall, just kind of hanging out. Maybe we'll get back on our feet here in a couple minutes and head that way or something. I think it just felt rain though, I feel like. I'm not sure, Waffa. I don't know what that was. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave the video a like and hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, we're here at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. You got the IndyCar 500 qualifying and practice races going on over there. We'll get back up in a few minutes and head that way, see if we can get a good little spot so we can check out some of the race. We were there closer to the Capitol building a few hours ago. No, we've just been kind of weaving and bobbing, going all around the city for the time being. Have a DM or email. So we have Discord. So if you're on Discord, you should join our Discord server. But there is also an email for the channel. But if you want to meet other strong supporters of the YouTube channel, definitely get Discord, or if you have already, you should pop in our Discord. Yeah, we're trying to grow that as well. Also, like if you have X, you can find my account on X and we can DM on there or whatever. There's a couple ways around it. Oh, sweet. Yeah. My handle on X is Awoken W Aulden. That spelled the same, just not the word with isn't on the YouTube handle. Because, yeah, not enough characters or whatever. Yep, that's our Discord as well. Cool. So yeah, you should. Yeah, you can hop. Yeah, should hop in our Discord too. No. Mm-mm. I'm right wing. I'm America first. We want to put the country first in all cases. Yep. Trying to figure out what to do tonight. I'm not sure what I kind of want to be up to. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go out for dinner or eat something at home, or like what to do. Yeah, I'm kind of gonna have to text some buddies, see what the plan is. Make a couple phone calls after the stream. Hey, what's going on, Caesar? Welcome to the stream, Caesar. Nice to see you, sir. Yeah, we're here in Washington, D.C. today. Here, let's get up and get moving again. We've been sitting for a moment. Hey, what's going on, Kurt? Just what's up, buddy? Go enjoy your Saturday. Hey, dude. Yeah, probably won't stream for all that much longer, but we are making some solid, like meeting some new people on the stream today. Yeah, even though it's not the busiest stream we've ever had, we're getting some like good quality like conversations with some new people. So it's Still very good growth day, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get us a better view of the race. Let's get back a walk-in. Yeah, it's a little closer to over here. Yeah, Kurt, how's your Saturday going? But yeah, hey everybody, if you're on the stream, make sure to leave the video a like. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and seems like a missing child or something. What's Awoken W. Aulden? Should the picture should be the logo on the YouTube as well. Come on over, brother. Bring or firing up the Blackstone and sip on some nice whiskey. Bring a suit. It's a hot one like usual here in Florida. Gosh, that sounds beautiful right now, man. Sounds like a great Saturday. And I did not really do any swimming this summer. Yeah, it was but man, we've been grinding on the channel, honestly. Like we had a breakout kind of summer, to be honest with you, about the channel. That's when we begin. Now our channel is being discussed by members in the Congress, like it's legacy media as well. So we've definitely gotten ourselves in the conversation. So we've just had to put a lot of time into the channel this summer. Yep. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we're at over 1,300 subscribers now. So that's always great news. You too, Kurt. Yeah, have a blessed week. Enjoy that smash burger and whiskey, dude. Sounds like a good time. Yep, we're just gotta keep grinding every day. We'll have some fun streams planned for next week. We're going to be doing at least 3 or 4 streams next week because we'll need to do one probably Monday night and especially Tuesday night for the special election. So we'll do one definitely on Tuesday. We'll probably do one on Monday as well. We'll probably take tomorrow off. Maybe and then later on in the week, I'm not as sure what the plan is. But I'll be doing some travel. Hey, Erdogan. Hey, dude. What's going on, brother? I said, I'm here for you. Thank you, dude. I'm here for you, too. Thanks for popping in the stream. I followed you. Your DM. Oh, yeah, after the stream, I'll follow you back. Yeah, thanks for following me on X, dude. Yeah, we can definitely chat on there. Yeah, appreciate the support, brother. 66 says, isn't it funny whenever troops go, quote, fight for our freedoms, we end up losing freedom? Good point, man. Man, sounds like some Don Tolliver over there. Yeah, just look at all the National Guard as well here in the streets, all over the place. Yeah, we're going to have to go around a little bit. We got a long walk to get back towards the Capitol. So I'm not even sure if that's where we'll end up, but Yeah, right. You know, every time something happens, 6-6, you know, there's more. Yeah, there's another three-letter agency created, or um, huh, government loves doing that, though. Everyone keep churning around. So yeah, that's a little bit of our schedule for next week. We'll definitely be doing something Tuesday night because you got, yeah, guys, I really hope Norman can do it. He's got a shot. Um, yeah, I think he's got a legitimate shot. Um, yeah, we know the president got involved yesterday, went to that rally in Myrtle Beach, had Russell Fry in attendance, had Tim Scott, the other senator from South Carolina, now the senior senator, had John Barrasso, the majority whip for Senate Republicans. And then Norman has some key endorsements from the Marks and the primary, Mark Sanford and Mark Lynch. They finished fourth and fifth, respectively, in the primary. Darlene finished in first with about 32% of the vote. Norman got about 24%. And then Fry, I think, got closer at 20% of the vote. So in terms of endorsements, Darlene, between her and Fry, she's got about half the vote, and Norman's got closer to 45% of the vote. So it's going to be close. Like, and she has, you know, that debate question about Taiwan did not do her any favors, I think. Yeah, the Norman and company, they've really hammered her on those statements the past 72 hours in particular. And that's why I think he has a shot now of actually winning the seat. I didn't think he honestly had that much of a shot to start out the election with, but now I think he's got a true chance. Cool says, you are the best thing I came across today by chance. Great, happy to hear that. Yeah, love meeting new fans on these kind of fun streams, right? So that's what we do it. Yeah, we do it brick by brick and day by day, grinding for more subscribers. We're doing it the right way. So haven't put any money in terms of like buying followers or buying likes or buying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in that. Everything's been organic. It's been, yeah, the only promotions we've had are when people retweet and share the content, right? You know, they like the videos and they comment and share them with their friends and coworkers. So, yeah, if you know anyone in your life that you think would enjoy the content, would love for you guys to share this with your friends, share all the other links as well on other social media platforms, and we'll keep it going.
We're on.
I do subscribe to YouTube. I I don't subscribe to the official YouTube. Their YouTube's YouTube page. Yeah, I wonder what they post other than just information on how to access the website. Whoa. Yeah, that could have been bad. Awesome. That's, yeah, 21 likes. There we go, baby. Been a grind of a stream. We're getting up there, man. Gotta keep doing it. Hmm. Hmm. But I think most of the like watching movies without commercial. Oh, got like pay for premium or whatever. No, I don't have a premium. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have I don't have like the YouTube movie prescription or any of that stuff. Do you? And yes, you're correct. Cool. Yeah, this is on Tuesday. This will basically be who replaces Lindsey Graham in the Senate, because whoever wins this primary runoff is going to beat whoever the Democrats nominate in November in South Carolina. Yeah, a lot of the states are not particularly competitive. You know, I'd say out of the 50 states, 35 of them really are never competitive on a statewide level anymore. Now, there are some scenarios and situations where upsets can happen, right? Like I think the 2017 um, special election for the Senate in Alabama is an instance of that, when Doug Jones beat Roy Moore and that special election runoff or whatever. All right, guys. Hey, I just got a $5 super chat from Cool Propagation. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Just check out my Right Minded Music, Trump/political, for the shouting out his pages. All righty. Well, good for the drive home. Thank you very much, brother. Yeah, very nice to meet you today, dude. Yeah, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. That's super, super cool. I appreciate the support, man. There we go. I have a couple videos on my YouTube, mainly X, under my highlights. Yeah, at Cool Propagation X, good for the drive home. There we go. Well, sir, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. That's awesome. Everyone, please leave that a like. Yeah, dude, that's second. Oh, I'm a ma'am. Okay, gotcha. My apologies. Yeah, guys, that's our second super chat of the day, baby. There we go. Yeah, 2 super chats. That's amazing. We're grinding out here, man. Yeah, just gotta keep grinding. So that's what it's about. Gotta do it. Yeah, everything's still kind of shut down around here. Yeah, people leaving the race, trying to make it home. Hey, what's going on, Bob Cox? Thank you for joining the stream, brother. Wonderful to see you. It looks like there's some stuff going on over here. Yeah, I can't really tell. The best spot to view it was at the Capitol building. Yeah, we'll try to get a better angle here soon. Hey, what's going on, Bandit? Says Aulden. Glad to see you out and about, keeping we the people in the know and what's taking place in DC and politics in general. All hail to the Purple Sovereign. Thank you very much, brother. Yeah, Bandit's been one of my earliest supporters on the channel. I remember that was last winter. Yeah, or like back in January, if I remember right. Yeah, I think I was definitely under 200 subscribers at the time. I know that.
Gotta shake that out.
Oh, let's see. Pat asking who won. I still hear the car, so I don't think it's over yet. And if you're talking about the election, we'll know Tuesday night about the about that South Carolina Senate race. Erdogan says, did you have your dad on one day? Because if you did, it's the same dad that I'm thinking of. He was really cool. At least you should have him again at least once. I don't think my dad has ever been on the stream before. Yeah, definitely not. I don't believe so. Can you remember what day or maybe what video it was? Yeah, I know my dad hasn't been a planned guest on the show before, and I don't think I've streamed while I've been home yet either, really. So. Seems like a lot of people are right out behind this this fence here. And how many car batteries do I need to cook a human-sized chicken in a reasonable amount of time? I'm not a chef in that situation. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can cook with car batteries. The race must be on ESPN. There might be some high. Well, today isn't the official race. Tomorrow is like the official race. So today is just like practice and qualifying. So you probably won't find much stuff today on it, but tomorrow, yeah, you'll find stuff on it tomorrow. I'm proud of the DOJ for the gun rights victories in the past 2 weeks. Haven't been keeping up. What's some of the details surrounding that? who's on Democrats running, I can play offense over the weekend and do some damage. In which contest? Yeah. Okay, well, you should have your dad on because you haven't had him on. Where would you be without your dad? Yeah, I don't know where I'd be without my father. Very influential in my life. Helped me become the young man that I am now. Absolutely. So, maybe, yeah, it's something to definitely consider and think about. Since I don't know if I'll ask him. Yeah, I can definitely invite him on. Just I know some people might not want to go public with stuff like this. You know what I mean? He's got something that is a first for me and my family. Is that I might be you never know about how successful people could be in the future, but at least in terms of having an internet footprint, my future kids or relatives and family members in the future will be able to look back at this. Since I'm streaming all the time, I'm basically documenting it, publicly documenting my life when I stream. So they'll be able to go back and know who I was and my interests and what I did, what I like to talk about. So silencers are over the counter now. Excellent. I suggest barbecue or get a power inventor for the cigarette lighter auxiliary and buy a small low voltage George Foreman. The New Jersey assault weapons ban was deemed unconstitutional. Magazine capacity restrictions have been lifted. There we go. We're going to keep walking around, see if we can get a better spot. But you guys should be able to hear the cars now. It's a big win. I don't think we can save Tommy. Yeah. Nonviolent felons receive a path for firearms rights restitution. Yeah, a lot of big victories. Yeah, huge. Big W's for the 2A crowd. You guys might be able to see the cars come through this little crack here. Yeah.
में ऐसे हो रही है तो गाड़ी आ गई स्पीकर तो मैंने दिखा दिया तो आएगी एक सेकंड देखने देंगे अब टिकट सही है अंदर कोई देख रहा है नहीं
That's pretty cool. Yeah, glad I could go show you guys some of the race going on. Man, we're at we're almost at slightly over 2 hours now. So let's do a couple more minutes on the stream. That's right, Bob. Yep, 147 laps tomorrow at about 1.7 miles distance-wise per lap. And that gets you right at about 250 miles exactly for America 250. So really good optics with the race. So, yeah, some very smart optics for sure. Lots of stuff going on this summer, honestly, in DC. So,
Oh, nice. I live behind. Oh, over behind University, AU.
okay, but well, we've been on a little over 2 hours now. Unless if anyone has any more questions or whatever, I think we may start thinking about winding down the stream today. Been a lot of fun. Yeah, lot of chat today. I did see that, Bob. Yeah, you're supposed to lead them for the first part of the race or the first lap or whatever or something. So yeah, he was in South Carolina yesterday. I'm not sure what he's up to today. Yeah, I think you're right, Benny. Yeah, also about self-defense too. We need to be able to do that. But was a little. Here, let me refresh it real quick one more time. Okay. That better now, Bob.
Yeah, let's see.
Cool. Well, all right, guys. I think we're going to shut it. A lot of fun at the IndyCar event today with you guys. Glad we got to do some of that. Okay. But yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, just cut off again. But yeah, a lot of fun with you guys today. We'll probably be back sometime Monday. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday. Enjoy tomorrow as well. Once again, make sure you have liked and subscribed to the channel. Join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram and X. and all of those other platforms. You can find the links to all that stuff in the description below, or in the channel bio, the channel description. But yeah, great to see you all. And you guys have been Awoken with Aulden.